Hi felters and crafters and welcome, my name is Philippa. Today we are looking at punch needling. This is the Modern Crafters kit and Archery Corners kit. One is UK based, one is US based, and I've really wanted to try this craft for a while. It looks so tactile and beautiful. So this is the Modern Crafter. They have a fantastic website. This kit was at time of press £40 and I bought it at Yarndale from them directly, and it's run by Rachel and Siobhan, and they use all British wool. They've got fantastic instructions, so it's a lovely kit. This is what we're going to make, and you would normally keep it in that frame to display it. They have a really beautiful range of colours. That's the punch needle tool and the instructions. They do have a very small YouTube channel that helps you with threading the punch needle, so do go and have a look on there if you're struggling at all, but it wasn't too bad to follow the instructions. This design you could do as a cushion, but look at these other colours. They're really earthy. Yeah, they're a lovely company. So you've got this, I don't know if it's not monk's cloth. I think it's a type of linen. It's a very good quality material, and you pop it on and you tighten it with a screwdriver, and you have to make it as tight as possible because I follow Archery Corner. I've seen her do a few bits and bobs, so make it as tight as possible. This is their shop, which is down in Saffron Walden, which is quite rare these days to have a company that has a dedicated shop, and they do workshops as well. So here's the design. I just drew it on, and just threading the correct colour into the needle. I started with the white, and that wasn't the one to do first. They've also got a book as well with lots of punch needle designs in it. So yeah, a really good little company. And here I am starting, and I've never done this before, so I'm quite tentative with it. You have to punch it all the way in and down. It was quite a push to get through the material because it's a chunky wool, this set, but I really like the effect that it creates. And they did have different stitches to try, which for the other colours, but I sort of dipped out and just did one stitch for all of it because I was a bit worried I wasn't very neat. You'll see the back is sort of the other stitch. So I've done the first bit, really pleased with that. I did have trouble with it slipping up and down, so once you realise you've got to really twist it and tighten it, then it won't slip. And I do know, because you can have, if you have to pull out stitches, you just sort of scrape across it, and that sort of resets the linen a bit so you can carry on, but you can't do that too many times, so you do have to be a bit careful. But really it's a very straightforward, see there, I've not held on to it correctly, there's a little bit that came out the back, but this is the front of it, and I took it downstairs whilst we were getting ready for dinner. And actually it's quite a fast craft, I guess, because I do needle felting. It's a lot faster. And so there it is, done. And I know I've jumped a little bit, but I'll show you a bit more at the end. So I've cut around the edges, and I'm going to put some of my own felt on the back. So normally you would leave it in the ring that you get with it, and that's how you would display it. But I had enough wool. They give you a second bit of linen, and I tried out a bit of a funny Highland cow, you know me. And then my glue gun, which is so old, did manage to glue some bits of it down. I had a bit of a fight with it, and I've ordered a new one. So, but you glue the edges back. This is how you would do it probably for a small coaster, which we will do with the next one. And I was just trying to see if I could turn this into sort of a large coaster. And I glue it all down, and then I glue the felt onto the back. And this is because I do watch Archery Corner quite a bit, and I see her do her car coasters. This is me struggling with the glue gun, but it kind of worked in the end. However, I am going to do some more projects in the future with this, so I've ordered another one. But there we are, just sticking it down. There's me getting rid of the glue gun. And then on to the next one. So this is US based, Archery Corner. She's absolutely fantastic. She has a full extensive YouTube channel with studio vlogs, and she also does a couple of tutorials. And this is her new kit. It hasn't been out, it's been out a couple of months now. She's sold quite a few. There's her YouTube channel. You get instructions, you get the linen put on the ring for you, and the design drawn already, which is really nice that you don't have to worry about what you're going to use to draw it. This is a punch needle, which is a lot finer, so this is much finer yarn. I don't know if the punch needle is actually an embroidery punch needle. these are some of the items that she does. She does absolutely tons of things, and she's always doing craft fairs. So here we are. I'm just going to sort of tentatively start doing the outline of the cloud. And as I said, this is a much less tufty one because it's a much finer yarn. Those were her Christmas decorations. I've got a couple of her car coasters in my car. They are really, really lovely. And you just follow it around. I found this one, you have to be a lot more, because it's smaller, you have to be a lot more accurate and careful and gentle with it. It was easier to punch through, and it gave a really nice effect. This is the one I think I'll probably be able to do more specific designs of Highland cows on, which is what I'd really love to do. Highland cows or a couple of sheep, just to play around. I love the fact that you can cross over with these crafts. I did weaving recently as well. So my main channel, if you don't know me, is for needle felting. So there we are, that's all the clouds done. And then if you do the outline of the clouds first, that's the hardest bit. And as you can see, it's loosened up a bit. I kept having to tighten the linen up, which does happen. Try and support it with your hand. Here we are sort of up close. You have to be, it's quite small, sort of, not stitches, punches, I suppose you call them. And they're quite easy to fix if you do it wrong. And it's really easy to fill in as well. If you've missed, if there's a gap, which I'll show you a bit later, there's a couple of gaps. But I guess for me, it's the speed. It's a lot faster than needle felting. So here I am sort of tightening it up again, which is really easy to do. And it just sort of resets it, and then try and support it with the back of your hand. But it's quite pleasurable, filling in all the little gaps. So it's a really good fun one. And I just love the feeling of it when it's all finished. So there's a little gap just down the bottom there that I just needed to fill in. And then I also had a bit of the black showing, and I was kind of concerned it might show when I folded it under. And then this one, you don't have to cut the edges down a bit because it's so thin, the linen, that it just folds easily. And then you're going to put it, glue it onto the felt. See, my glue gun is really bad. See, it's bits everywhere, and it's really lumpy. So yeah, looking forward to trying out the new one. So with this one, I've just ordered some new material, and I've got both rings for both sets, and I can do, I've got 2 different types of punch needles. So it's really good. I'm sort of set, but I wanted to try a UK company. Look, it looks like the picture. I'm quite pleased with it. It's not as tidy as Jessica's car coasters. They are really neat. But so here you go. There's the UK company, which is the Modern Crafter, and they've got a website. I will link everything below, and then that's the extra one that I kind of played around with. And then you've got Our Cheery Corner, Jessica in the US. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I really did, and I'm definitely going to do some more in the future. Links in description. Thanks for watching, and take care.